What's good, people? You know what it is. It's that real shit with R&T. We coming live on my page this time. I'm not gonna do that little funky dance that my cousin does. That's her thing. I'm just gonna be like, I'm waiting for the folks to come on in so we can get this party banging. You know how we gonna do. So I'm just waiting for my people, just waiting for the people, waiting for the people, just waiting for the people, waiting for the people, just waiting for the people. What you gonna do? We waiting for the people. So give us a minute while I'm waiting for my people. I'm waiting for the people, just waiting for the people. Waiting for the people, just waiting for my people. You know what it is, just waiting for the people. Waiting for the people, waiting for the people. We're waiting for the people, just waiting for the people. Ain't nobody coming, just waiting for the people. Waiting for the people, just waiting for the people. What's up, people? Just waiting. Up. I think folks is coming. Here we go. We about to get it in. What is going on? Now I feel like Stephanie. See what I'm saying? I feel like Steph because my folks is we coming for people. Don't be talking crazy and slick about me. I'm coming. We coming. Don't do it. See what I'm saying? Don't do it. I'm saying hi to all the folks real quick because, you know, I appreciate y'all clicking in real quick. Bam. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. My people be supporting, fam. Steph, I'm trying to find your name in my contacts, but I don't see you, fam. I don't know why you ain't coming up on my stuff. I don't know why, fam. I don't know why. So give me a minute. Oh, that's why. Cause you continue, please. Cause you spell your funky miss so crazy. There you is. You been invited, not indicted. I'm a rapper, didn't even know it. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. Look at the folks. What's good, people? Everybody, big shout out to all the people that's on the live right now, waiting for my co-host to kick on in. If she ever decides to. Now, once again, this delay is not my fault. You see, my stuff is working. She done got put in Facebook jail out here doing some shenanigans. I'm letting y'all in behind the scenes. Saying because, you know, I don't want y'all thinking that it was a brother. I'm gonna cover it though, because she been trying to get it right ever since. But you know how y'all be doing out here just saying slanderous stuff. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she did it, but I'm just saying she might have did it. That's all I'm saying. Steph, if you don't hurry up, fam. See, this is a little different on when you the person that got to click in, ain't it? I'm just waiting. I'm not gonna sit here and say that crazy little song because she be saying all kind of craziness. But I'm just gonna say is I'm waiting on my people. Just waiting on my people. I'm just waiting on my people. Dude, I have tried to add you. I have sent you the invite. You have to go into the thing, hit the little green button that says that you want to come on screen, and then I'll be able to add you onto with me. That's what I do. See what I'm saying? Jazzy, I have called you, ma'am, multiple times. Me and you gonna have a whole situation. See what I'm saying? I fight kids. I do. All the time. Jasmine Williams, whose soon last name is about to be something else. Congratulations. I can't wait to come to the wedding. But I fight kids. I do. All the time. Here, no, I wonder, nope, Steph, you got to send a request, fam. Because it's... Tia, don't be shaking your head, fam. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm waiting on my people. It's okay. You know I know, Jazzy, you know I love you, see what I'm saying? I don't like to air our business in front of mixed company, see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna, it's okay. It's okay. I love you still. You're still my favorite little Jazzy boo. Yes, you are. What's good, Riri? Riri Smith. Hey, you got this, fam. That recovery's gonna be breezy. See what I'm saying? That recovery's gonna be breezy. But definitely know I'm praying for you. See what I'm saying? Because, anytime you gotta go under, it is a thing. Jen, what's going on? What's going on, Pooh? You good? You got in the streets? Since I'm gonna just go down the list. All the people, Beanie, I see you. Miss Verna, Sublet, what it is. Deanna, Juju on here with me. That's what I'm talking about. Ricky Williams out here as well. And then my co-host, who still ain't came on. It's all good. I'm about to do the show myself. Because your boy got oral skills. You know I got them skills, you dig what I'm saying? So I can do the show by myself if I need to. But I'm trying to be, this is real shit with R&T. So I'm trying to make sure that I give the R the opportunity to come in. But if she don't, I'm going to do it myself, because you know why? I am that guy. See what I'm saying? I can hold down a show, see what I'm saying, or 3. That's what I do. That's how I gets down. If she don't ever, boy, teaching these folks how to use technology, fam. If you're gonna have technology, you gotta know how to use it, fam. That's all I'm saying. I've been on the screen by now, and I didn't already send my request a couple of different times. I'm waiting on you, but unfortunately, you haven't learned that trait yet. Maybe we should take turns alternating. One time on your feed, another time on my feed, and then that way you can know what to do when it's your turn. That's all I'm saying. I've enabled you. See what I'm saying? I enabled you like a crackhead. See what I'm saying? Now you got crack, you ain't got no crack, and you don't know what to do with yourself. You out here in these streets not really knowing what to do with yourself. And I understand, because it's a hard situation. See what I'm saying? Sometimes when I was on crack, I looked like I was, but I was on crack. I lost like 13, 14 ounces a day doing it. That's just what I did. But I was smoking that high quality crack, not that stuff Bobby and Whitney was on. Nah, I wasn't on that. I was on that high quality. My crack was like $25 a pop. So I'm saying, y'all down there getting that $5 crack, that stuff is mixed with baking soda and baby powder. My stuff was mixed with, cornstarch and all-purpose flour. That's my crack. So I'm saying, that's that $25. It is what it is. I'm not going to keep boring y'all. So I'm saying, it is what it is. I love y'all. I love y'all to death. If and when my partner ever come online, Steph, I have invited you. A couple of different times. Now, once again, let me tell you how I do it. So then that way you can join me in our show. Again, this is what I do. So if you scroll upward, down there towards the bottom of the screen, you're going to see where it gives you the option to like type in and respond, right? So then it's going to be like a little green button off to the right-hand side. Tap that button. That button's going to say, hey, it's going to send a message to me saying, hey, this person wants to come on live with you. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, here's the invite. Come on through. That's what I do every time. That's what I've done for the last 4 weeks. And it worked almost every time once you actually hit the button. But I've invited you. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing with your life. Maybe you need to get your life together. Maybe you need to seek counseling. Maybe you need Jesus. I think that's what it is. You might need Jesus. See what I'm saying? Because Jesus would have been on live with me by now. Maybe the little God that you serve don't really like you. Maybe you ain't serving the right God. Maybe God isn't pleased. Because last time I saw you, you wasn't R, you was real Steph. You was real Steph, see what I'm saying? Not dressed, hair all detangled, see what I'm saying? It was a whole situation. I'm not here to tell people your business. I'm not here. I want people to believe that you wake up just like that in the morning. We know that ain't true, though. We know it ain't true. Hey, what's good, Jess? Miss Milner, how you doing? How's things up in the great north? See what I'm saying? You good? You out there holding it down? You being good? Because I saw you on the internet the other day. You was looking real good in them shoes, though. See what I'm saying? You look real good in them shoes. So I'm glad you was able to get that pedicure and, they add that third toe back on there for you. You're looking real good, though. I'm proud of you. I was real proud of you. You're just looking real nice. It might not have been you. It could have been a movie I was watching. Regardless of the fact, you was looking real nice. Stop sending O's and I's. Come on, fam. If you don't join this, I'm telling you, I'm about to start the show. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to start the whole show. And if you don't get on, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Still no request from Stephanie. Boy, black folks, I swear for Lord. I swear for Lord. Let's see who else we got on here. Because maybe I'm not going to answer your phone call while I'm on a live. That just seems quite rude. That's just what it seems. If you're still, okay, look, I'm over here in the live feed, in my viewers right now. It doesn't even say that you're watching, Miss Stephanie. How dare you not be watching our show? What else you got to do right now that you ain't watching our show, huh? You ain't even in the feed. That's what I'm talking about. What? You ain't even supporting us, fam. How you gonna be part of us and you ain't even supporting us? Ain't that just like some black folks? Since then, always talking about they gonna support you, and then when it comes time to support, they ain't nowhere near to be found. That's just like some black folks. Oh God, oh, maybe she's back. I think I see her. Maybe I can add her now. Is she back? Can we say? Is she? Do I see her? Oh, look at God. Won't he do it? Go ahead and add. Couldn't add person. Person was unable to join. You know why? Because she got blocked. That's what it is. She can watch us. She can watch the whole live, but she can't participate because she was out there being a bad girl. She's being nasty. I'm telling my Uncle Stevie. Tell him Uncle Stevie was out there being nasty, being a fast-tailed heifer. See what I'm saying? That's what Granny would have said. You fast-tailed heifers out there doing what you ain't got no business doing. That's what Granny said. See what I'm saying? And then I caught up with you in the worst way at the worst possible time. Here I am being sanctified and holy. Sanctified and holy. God is working. I felt it right there. I felt it. That's how you do it in church when you know about to feel it. You ever been in church and skipped it? Everybody on your row but you didn't get the Holy Ghost, but everybody else did. Like y'all stunting. Y'all really stunting out here in these streets. Now, since Stephanie cannot join us, I'm gonna hold it down because you know what? I'm a champ. See what I'm saying? So this is going to be real shit with just T. See what I'm saying? We ain't got the R today. We just got just the T. So it's going to be a short show. What we was going to talk about was blended families. And I was going to be the main one talking on this topic anyway because she ain't no blended family. Well, you know what? She could talk about it because her daddy, Uncle Stevie, you know, he's brought some new people into the family multiple times. See what I'm saying? We got a couple cousins that's new to the family that's not by blood through Uncle Stevie. See what I'm saying? But we love them all. See what I'm saying? So I guess you could talk from the kid side. I'm going to talk from the parent side. So once again, I say welcome to Real Talk with Just T. See what I'm saying? There's no R this evening. It's just T. But Stephanie, you can participate in the chat. See what I'm saying? You can run the chat tonight if that's what you can do. See what I'm saying? If you can just keep, do what I normally would do. See what I'm saying? And make sure people anticipating and participating and interacting and whatnot. That's your job for the night. And if you can't do that, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else you can be good for on this evening. You just out there having fun with the ratchet. Wasn't you having big fun with the ratchet? See, if you're too young to even recognize what I just said, right there, you need to go ahead and get on off this page. See what I'm saying? Because this is grown folks stuff over here. This is what we do over here. We over here with the grown folks. If you didn't understand what I just said, that just flew right. That was like over there. You're going over there and play with them breath dolls because Power Ranger. That's probably where you was at. See what I'm saying? You going over there. Anyway, back to the main topic of the night, people. We're talking about blended families now. Once again, I could talk to you from the parental side because my daddy nor my mama brought in any other kids. They figured they had enough. Ramon Wilson is talking about shooting shots. Sir, I'm just going to say this right now. You can't shoot your shot with me. So I don't know if that's what you meant. I'm sure that's not. I'm quite positive that you wasn't talking about shooting your shot with me. See what I'm saying? Especially since it's just tea tonight. I don't know if you can see. It's just, I'm not the blonde one with the eye makeup and the mascara. No, I'm not that one. That's the other one. That's the other host. This dude right here, main word on that statement is dude. So you're not shooting your shot with me. But if you feel like you want to shoot your shot with any of the ladies in the chat, feel free, bro. There's some really nice ones in there. I mean, really nice. They nice. Oh, there's some fine ones in there. Because we have nothing but fine followers. See what I'm saying? Now, Stephanie, since you're not here, I'm just going to take my time to introduce what Thursdays is, because this is our first Thursday show. It's not going to be Thirsty Thursdays, because nobody on our show is thirsty. See what I'm saying? Because I got plenty of water. I pay for it every month, and that's what we do. What is going to be called is Tap In Thursdays. See what I'm saying? Just like people was talking in on Wednesdays, and you come in and join. So if you want to join in on this topic, feel free. Hit your boy with a request. I'll be more than happy to add you. Anybody but Stephanie, because Stephanie once again can't add because she can't come on because she's been a bad girl. She's been real bad. She's on grounded. She's grounded because she was having big fun with the ratchet. Wasn't you having big fun with the ratchet, Vanessa? Wasn't you? Right there. Anyway, so back to blended families. So I have been married twice, as you more than likely have already figured out during the course of this show, course of multiple shows. Each time that I got married, I did have stepchildren. With my first two stepchildren was Ariana and EJ. Hold on, I don't need my co-host. Hold on, Lady B, don't do it. Don't do it, because see, I respond immediately to I felt that was a backhand compliment. See what I'm saying? What you don't do just because you was looking fire in that hat the other day. Don't come for me. Don't come for me unless I send for you. And I'm all out of stamps. You see what I'm saying? I'm all out of stamps. I ain't sent for you yet, so don't do. Back to the show. Anyway, Ariana and EJ, they were some really good kids, and but they were older than my kids, because the first time I got married, it was like 2005. And so my kids, I can see you. It just said that, pause in the show, because once again, my co-host wants to know what's going on. So what it said was that I could not add you. That's what it said. So since I could not add you, I figured it was due to your technical difficulties. I figured maybe because maybe you didn't pay your phone bill. Maybe because, you probably on Crooked. You probably got that Crooked phone, and it don't go everywhere. It don't go everywhere it needs to be. So I'm not here to tell people your business. I don't know your business like that. I don't know if you got Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T. I don't know who you got. So I just know that your phone will not be able to be added at this particular moment in time. I attempted to. I hit the ad, and it said that it was going to try to send it to you, and then it came back like, nah, she ain't available. She ain't even available right now. So according to Facebook, you're dead. Facebook don't even like you. I don't know why. I like you still, though. You still one of my favorite cousins. See what I'm saying? I don't know. Back to the show. Anyway, so they took my kids in, as little brothers and little sisters and whatnot, especially my youngest daughter lives in California, so they didn't really get the opportunity to, interact with her. But with Deanna and Devontae, whenever they came to the house, they was really, big sister, little big brother oriented. They wasn't mean to the kids or nothing like that, by no means. So it was a pretty good. The kids was never the problem in the marriage, by no means. With blended families, it's just it's a different level of stress that it could cause, though, because one, you got to worry if the kids gonna get along. Two, you're gonna worry about how the kids are gonna interact with a parent that's not their biological parent. When my second marriage with me and Key, Ms. Blackberry, I truly appreciate you joining in and watching and clicking on, even if it was for a hot second. Crystal, big shout outs to my little cousin Crystal. Big shout outs to my homegirl T Wade. You know what it is, T Wade Robinson. It is what it is. I'm still waiting on those nacho cheeses, fam. Still waiting on those. Anyway, back to the story. With the second wife, once again, Deanna, Devontae, and Ronnie, they blended so well. Like, you would never have, if nobody told you that they wasn't blood related, you'd have never guessed that they wasn't blood related. Because Deanna, especially Deanna and Ronnie, because when we got married, that's what each one wanted. They each was on us about them wanting a brother or sister. Deanna definitely wanted a little brother or little sister, even though she had a couple, but she wanted some more. So I'm saying, I was like, slow down, Chief. Child support's already kicking my ass. I don't know about you, but it's already beat me the hell up. So we're going to see what we can do. Kathy Cheeks, thank you for joining in. Really appreciate you tagging in for a hot second. Ronnie wanted a big sister or a big brother because, you know, he was the only kid. So it was really a match made in heaven, and they were and still are thick as thieves. They are really close. Like they don't even say use the word step. Like this is my stepsister or this, you know, my stepbrother. They don't. But once again, I think a lot of that comes from how me and Key was in the house because we didn't use the word step at all. Miss Brenda McCleary, I appreciate you joining in, even if for a hot second. Once again, welcome to the Real Shit with R&T. There is no T. No R. It's just T. So Real Shit with just T, no R. Anyway, Belvy wants to come in on the video. See how that works? Maybe she went over her sister's house. Let's see, shall we? Yes, adding. Who's coming on? Everybody is patient and say surprise when they come on. Adding. Is this the Facebook version of buffering? What the hell? I did. It said that it's adding. It hasn't added you yet. It's trying to add you now. So be patient. Be patient. It said that it's adding. I have no control. All I can do is present the opportunity. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm just presenting the opportunity for you to come on after 30 minutes. I'm gonna need you to get it together. So I'm gonna go back to the show, and if you come on at any time during that, that's perfectly fine. But the best side is that everybody gets along. Honestly, you know, that the kids respect the parent that's not their biological, that the kids get along, that the parents don't treat the kid that's not their biological any different than they do the kid that is. I was very intentional in, you know, the level. I was very intentional with making sure that everybody understood that there was no them kids and my kids. It was just the kids. Because in the reality, I don't like none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to make sure that I can get into heaven. So I'm gonna take care of y'all while I can. But as far as the kids was concerned, I was never about playing favorites and things of that nature. Now, I had boys and girls, so there's a different level. There's just a different level that you are with your daughters than you are with your sons. Now, I hold you to the same accountability, though. See what I'm saying? So if it's your night to do dishes, regardless of your sex, it is your night to do the dishes. So we're not going to play those type of games and any of that foolishness. But when it came to things that I expected, you know, there were some things that I would tell my son to do that I would never tell my daughter to do, like take out the trash. Like now, not to say that my daughter can't take out the trash, but that's what the men in the house is for. That's just how I think. You know, if it's a man in the house, have the man in the house take out the trash. Even if you're just taking the bag out of the now, that doesn't mean that you should just let the trash can just overflow. Now, if it's overflowing, take the bag out, and we'll take it downstairs when we get to it. See what I'm saying? But things like that, cutting the grass and whatnot. Now, if we wasn't in the house and my daughter says she wants to cut the grass, sure, feel free. I'm not here to tell you no. But in the same vein, it wasn't something that I required of my daughter that I was definitely requiring of my son. We're going to go out here. We're going to cut this grass. We're going to make a deal. I'll do this part. You do that part. Whatever. Dude, I done tried 3 times already. Try it again. Come on, send a request. I'm gonna try it again because you know what? I'm benevolent like that. I'll just keep trying with you. But you interrupted my show. I'm not gonna keep taking time out to keep trying to get you on because you send a request. Send a request. That's all I can tell you. Send a request. But there's always going to come a time. I just think that one of the problems that we ran into in my most recent marriage is that the kids felt like there was favoritism sometimes. My whole thought is I'm raising these kids to be independent. You know, at some point in time, you're going to be in your own home. So you're going to either be the man and or the woman of your own house. So when it comes to my son, I more than likely was a little bit harder on him than I was my daughter. Because you're going to be running a whole house, bro. You're going to be responsible for everybody in the house. You, the wife, the kids, the dog, the cat, the rats that you're trying to get rid of, the whole kit and caboodle. And that's a big responsibility. So if I can't hold you accountable to the responsibility here in the house, if you just doing your chores and you doing them properly and whatnot, you're not going to be prepared too much to take care of a whole house. Now, that's a big trying to get a kid to understand it, and I never try to put too much more than where you can understand. So, but my thought was, I always try to explain it in a way that he can understand it. At some point in time, it's going to be you on this side of the conversation, and you got to see the example. I have to set an example for you so that you can lead your house, and that's what I was doing more times than not. But sometimes kids don't see it as that. They just like, well, you don't make her do it, so why am I got to do it? But when it came time for their basic chores, everybody's held accountable. When it came time for homework, everybody's held accountable on the same level. The things that Deanna had to do that Ronnie may not necessarily, because Deanna was the oldest one. So there was a level of expectation that I put on her that I didn't have on Ronnie because he was the youngest. So if she was setting a negative behavior, I'm on her head behind it because there's somebody that's looking up to you that's going to try to follow in your exact same footprint. And if I let you get away with it, he's going to say, "Why can't he do it?" And I'm definitely not trying. I'm definitely not trying to let neither one of you Negroes do it. And Deanna, we bumped heads a couple of times, and she's on the feed. She'll speak for it, but me and her have had conversations since she's become grown, and she understands now what I was saying then. It's kind of hard with kids. I just think that with most kids, they can't see past instant gratification. So it's either I either did it or I didn't get to do it. It was either yes or no. They don't see that whole shades of gray portion of it. And what a lot of parents are trying to do is teach in that shade of gray. Well, you'll understand it when you get older. It'll make more sense when you're a little bit older, when you're in your 20s and what exactly what I'm saying to you now. But if you can't get them to understand it in their voice, in their head, in the way that they comprehend it, you might as well just stop talking, because you're just gonna keep going around and around. I know for certain that if the parents are not in a united front, I don't care how Obama them kids are. Kids will press and test the limits. That's just what they're built to do. They're built to be a-holes. They are. And I have no problem saying that, because that's their job. I used to tell the kids all the time, your job is to see exactly how far you can go, and then don't go that far. See what I'm saying? Know where the line is, but don't cross the line, because once you cross the line, then you put yourself in a situation where you're going to catch where there's a chance that you may catch a punishment or something, for something that you have direct control over. Because being a parent, 90% of it is reactive. We're reacting to what the kids have done. You went to school and acted a plum fool. You don't went to school and you cussed out the principal and showed your entire black tail. You done told the teacher you ain't doing shit, and they can't tell you shit, and you better shut the F up and FUB and the whole nine. And the teacher's like looking at you like you ain't got no goddamn home training. When I know I done told you that if you go up to that school one more time and you show your entire tail again, on God, it's gonna be me and you. And there was a time when I had my son looking like Jesus on the cross, and I had to break out the switches and the whole nine. Did I want to? No, but I had to find a way for me to let you know that I'm dead serious about you showing your tail. Now, all I know is, Miss Jules, I truly appreciate you coming in, tapping in for a hot second. But what I can tell you is, for about a 4-5 month time frame, I didn't have not nan problem out of this young man, not nan. And I says, "Man, it seems like your behavior's changed." He's like, "Man, I didn't want another whooping with them switch." Whatever works, bro. Now, eventually that fear wore off, and he reverted back, and we had to try to find a whole nother way to, get the behavior together. But if kids know that the parents are not united, or that there's a crack, or that they can, because they're going to try to play the parents against each other, especially if the parents aren't really talking, or maybe mom and dad is on 2 separate schedules, like mom is home during the daytime, dad is at night. See what I'm saying? So the kids stay up a little bit longer and be like, "Hey, yo, dad, how's everything going?" Really trying to play you like they really concerned. They really want to spend some time with the old man. And they be like, "Tomorrow, we got this field trip. You don't mind if I stay after school for a little bit?" And I'd be like, yeah, there's no problem. But they mama done already told them, no, bring your butt home because you was acting a plum fool and you can't stay after school no more. And now the wife is sleeping. I don't have no ideas. I done told this boy that he can. He's staying after school. Next thing you know, his mom's like, did you tell him he could stay after school? I'm like, yeah, he asked me last night. He didn't tell you that he was grounded? No, nigga, who tells that they in trouble? Nobody. See what I'm saying? So the bond between the parents has to be tighter than the bond between the kids. It does, because I'm telling you, if there is a slight crack in that bond, the kids will test that pressure point on multiple occasions, and eventually, if you keep pressing a pressure point, it's going to break. See what I'm saying? And so then the parent becomes, oh my God, you're so mean to the kid. You're treating my child different than you would your. No, I'm not. But at the same time, it can become a whole situation. I will be very honest. My children was not the reason why my marriage didn't work. I will definitely say that. They was not the reason, but they contributed mightily to it. Mightily. And I've had this conversation with both Deanna and with Ronnie. And with Key. Me and Key's had the conversation. See what I'm saying? Because we can see where we went wrong now, but in the heat of the moment, in the midst of the situation, we didn't think that we was wrong. See what I'm saying? We can see where we could have communicated better. Oh, had I been home more. And I've said this to Key many a times. My working so much was probably one of the biggest detriments to my second marriage, because once again, not to go into a whole bunch of details, but I had to work. It wasn't the fact that I needed to work. It was the fact that I had to work just to get back to an even level playing field. So then because I didn't want my wife to feel like she had to carry so much of the burden. Sister Pam Tribbett, I truly appreciate you jumping in and logging in with real shit with Just T. I normally have a co-host, but she's experiencing technical difficulties on this evening, so it's just Glenn T tonight. Y'all getting 100% Glenn, ladies. I know y'all been wanting it. It is what it is. See what I'm saying? Good looking out. But like I said, I've had these conversations with my kids as well, because I need you to understand how your behaviors can affect other people. Even to get a kid to think outside of themselves is probably one of the hardest things to do as a parent. It really is, because they just see it from their own perspective. See what I'm saying? They just see that dad is always on me about something, but they don't see the fact that you're always doing something. See what I'm saying? It's and when I say always, you're not doing it the way that it's supposed to be done. So as a parent, what am I supposed to do? I used to, once again, I've said this before, my youngest son made me the absolute best father out of all four of my kids, because I was forced to find a different way to parent him. When I was younger, I ruled with an iron fist. There was no conversation. You went to school and you acted a fool. It was what it was when you got home. You already knew what it was. There was plenty of times where I got called to my daughter's house because she was at school acting a plum, and you calling me. So the only time that my daughter saw me was when she was in trouble, and so I had to change that. That was one of the things I talked about before that made me want to be a better parent, because I didn't want my kids to see me as this villain that's always coming to get them when they're in trouble. I needed to build other memories and whatnot. And me and my daughter now, she's one of my coolest friends. But she couldn't be my friend as a child, when she was young, because I can't be friends with somebody that got a bedtime. That's just always how I always thought about it. I don't understand how parents be like, my 6-year-old is my best friend. Then something's wrong with you. If your best friend is 6, y'all ain't nobody listening. I'm just preaching to the choir, and this ain't what the topic is even about. But like I said, if there's a cracking, so there has to be constant maintenance on the communication and on the relationship with the parents, because if it's not going to last. I mean, it's going to be hard to last even when there is constant communication. But I'm telling you, if that communication is lacking in any kind of way, Chase Daniels, appreciate you joining in, bro. welcome to my podcast. I normally have a co-host. I've said this a couple of times for the people that's still here, but she's having technical difficulties. But I appreciate you joining in and listening for a hot second. Good looking out, bro. Uh, but it's because marriage is hard as is. But when you add in outside factors outside of that man and that woman, even if those outside factors are those as kids that's blood related to that couple, that is not the other person's kid, it becomes a whole situation. Like I know a lot of people who have experienced the same, whose marriage ended up just like mine. You know what I'm saying? Not that it was somebody's fault outside of it being, something tragic, big, abuse and drugs or, somebody going to prison or dying or whatever the case may be. But just two regular people that just didn't work. It's because that communication stopped. You know what I'm saying? And once again, if you join in that outside factor of the outside stresses of kids or a job or parents that's getting older, and it takes all that takes away from that couple continuing to build and bond. You know what I'm saying? So if that relationship ain't strong from the beginning, it becomes hard in the end. You know what I'm saying? Myra, appreciate you joining in, young lady. One of my brothers, just say it's my niece's sister. That's probably the best way to say that. So she would be a niece. You know what I'm saying? If her mama and my brother got together, but they didn't make it. It is what it is. It was probably Sean's fault. It was probably Sean's fault. It didn't have to do nothing to do with Sharita. It was probably Sean's fault. I'm gonna apologize for him right now, Lord. Amen. Anyway, so what do y'all think? What anybody want to come on and on this tap in Thursday and give me your viewpoint about it? Because y'all heard me talk for the last 44 minutes. So I think I've done a pretty good job. I appreciate everybody that's still on here with me. See what I'm saying? It looks like Tia, Deanna, Miss Lady D is still with me. Lady B is still with me, even though she tried to come for me earlier. But you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you because you know why? The Jesus in me loves the Jesus in you. See what I'm saying? But bathing suit and all. It is what it is. Who wanna come in? Who wanna come in and join and give me your viewpoint? I'm more than willing to ask somebody tonight. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm 1,000 on duty tonight. What it is? What's your thoughts? Anybody want to say something in the chat? Have y'all been talking in the chat? I'm normally the person that runs the chat, you know what I'm saying, and keep a good eye on it. I'm gonna go back and start reading some of this stuff. Kids, Lady B said kids always feel like there's favoritism. That's the truth because, fam, like when my wife would come to me with that, I would be like, "What are you talking about?" And she kind of bought into it too. That I was always harder on him, but I'm like, "You're not around when I'm speaking life into this young man. All you see is me fussing, but I'm home with him a lot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have more conversations than me just fussing at him. And by the time I'm fussing at him because he didn't do something. You know what I'm saying? How you know the routine? The routine for the kitchen has been the same routine for the last 7 years, bro. And so how's it that you forgot to wipe down the stove? You forgot to wipe out the microwave. No, you just didn't do it. And I'm gonna call you out on it. Because like I said, if I didn't pay the light bill, you would be like, Dad, you didn't pay the light bill. You would bring up my phone. That's all I'm saying. So, but once again, it was about teacher responsibility more than anything. And if the other parent gets in the way of that, and I'm not saying he got in the way of it by no means. This is when I say that my ex, she's definitely been my favorite wife up to this point. I had two. She was the favorite. The second one, just saying, I won't go into details because the stories I could tell you would shock you. It's crazy. Anyway, that being said, she is a really good woman. She really is. She's nobody's perfect by no means. Nobody is. But in the same vein, she regardless of what some may say, regardless of what people have put out on Facebook, she's a damn good mother. Damn good mother. Because I saw her take my daughter in at my daughter's lowest and become something that my daughter absolutely needed that I could not provide to my daughter. And I had no problem stepping aside and let her be that for her. None. So people, it amazes me how people want to rewrite history. People are real quick to try to point out the bad stuff that you've done or point out your flaws when they have done the exact same thing. it baffles me how judgmental people can be about when they think or perceive that you're doing something wrong. But when they was the one doing the exact same thing, it was the right thing to do. Yeah, it's crazy. Somebody said that their dad was harder on the boys. Once again, Lady B. Lady B about to win this about to win coming of the night. I'm just saying. My man Kamal, first and foremost, happy anniversary to you and Queen. I appreciate you jumping in, bro. Since then, this is my podcast. Once again, I normally have a co-host, but she's not available right now because she's been bad. So she's on Facebook punishment. So it's just your boy T tonight. See what I'm saying? But appreciate you joining in. Lady B said that her dad was harder on the boys too. Women raise their daughters and love their sons, and men raise their sons and love their daughters. Now, I get that. I understand that because I have seen a lot of mothers just coddle their sons to the point to where their sons are impotent men, not in the sexual meaning, but in the masculine meaning. So I'm saying, I wasn't so much coddled when I was growing up. My brother especially would say that I was spoiled, and to a degree I was. I won't lie. I was never spoiled to the point where when I asked for it, I got it. I had to work for the things that I got. My mama was not that person. See what I'm saying? She made me work for whatever I got, but eventually I got what I wanted. But I've seen mothers just bend over backwards for their sons and treat their daughters like crap, like they're in competition with them. And then I've seen fathers be super ridiculously hard on their sons and don't say nothing to their daughters. Fam, I'm raising kids. I'm raising both sexes to be independent, to be able to function on their own outside of this house. What you'll never be able to say is that nobody never told you what was right or wrong, and you'll never be able to say that you didn't have an example of what you should and should not be doing. Miss Virgie, I appreciate you tapping in on this good tap in Thursday. Welcome to Real Shyt with R&T. There is no R tonight. It's just T. So you're getting a double dose of this chocolateness. I appreciate all of y'all still riding with your man. Lady B, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it right now. Lady B wins. Lady B is the texter of the evening. She's the comment of the night. There's no reward other than just a big happy texter. That's the best I can do. Don't worry about it. You're going to receive a little something in your Christmas bonus. I got you. Lady B said, because we don't realize we are crippling them. We didn't know how to prepare them for manhood, so all we know how to do is just love them. And I get that and agree to a degree. But what I see a lot today is that women will raise the man that they hate to date. Let that one sink in. That was deep. That was that made me shiver. You know what I'm saying? Women will raise the man that they hate to date. If you are talking to your son and he is you're raising this young man and he has all the girls and he's gonna be a player and he's got all the girls on his job, he's nothing but materialistic, he's gonna become a man that's just that same way. And when that man is running a house, he's gonna expect his wife to do everything for him. I'll tell him myself before anybody else can. I wasn't expecting anybody to do it, a woman to do it for me, but I was so used to being taken care of by women. And I've said this to plenty of women, so I have no problem with saying it on R&T. I was a grown-ass boy. It wasn't until I got older that I became really mature that I became about a man's business, making sure that I'm a proper role model in my house, making sure that I'm responsible for everything that goes on in my house, making sure that bills are paid, checking for that everything that is supposed to be ran the way that it's supposed to be ran, and being the authority in my house. Not that I'm overbearing by no means, but I do believe that there's a certain way that a house can be ran, and I have no problem with speaking my mind behind it. Now, what I'm not going to do is fuss or fight with you, and if you don't agree with that, that's fine. We can continue on, but I can tell you we're not going to make it. Because if we can't agree on certain things on the fundamental stuff, then there's not going to be a lot that we can we can do going forward. I think my man Marcus is on here with me. Marcus, are you on here? My man Macintosh. Mac, what's going on? I knew my guy was on here with me. My man Mac. Hey, people, I don't know. Some of y'all do know, some of y'all don't, but me and my man Mac, we're going to be on this show. And that's going to be coming on Amazon Prime here real soon. So when we have more information about it, we're going to let y'all know so y'all can go on here and join on in. But once again, Mac, I appreciate you joining in, bro, even if it's for a hot second. We have to be better with not just women, but men too, because there's a lot of single fathers out there that's raising their daughters and teaching them, from their own perspective and whatnot. We have to do better with raising, not just raising them with love, like B said, but raising them to be independent, to be able to function independently outside of your home. I think the saddest thing in the world is a kid that has to come back and ask their parent for everything. I think now seeking my advice, that's fine. Don't get me wrong, but at some point you still got to make it the best decision in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? I knew a chick that could not she didn't make not nan decision without consulting her father first, and that to me is just, that's fine if that's how you work, but it doesn't work for me. See what I'm saying? And I'm not going to even act like it is. Outside of something physical, we probably ain't going to go too far. And that's just how it was. Miss Myra said that my son is raising his daughter, and he is now understanding how raising a child is hard work. It is. Being a parent is, man, there's a reason why God made them so cute in the beginning. Because if he made them the monsters that they're going to grow up to be when they become, adolescents and teenagers, nobody signed up for that. There's a reason why. There's a reason why babies are so cute and cuddly, and it's because it's just genetically endearing for you to take care of this innocent child. Because if God allowed the monster to come out from the beginning, God knew two things. He knew, first of all, to make sure that women had babies. Because if a man had to have a baby, there would be no babies. I can tell you as true to God, if I was responsible for having a baby, nigga, you ain't got to worry about birth control. See what I'm saying? Because first of all, I don't know where it's coming out. I have no idea what hole or orifices that God would have intended for this child to come out. And I can't even imagine, because I have problems. So God knew that first and foremost. And then second, he knew that he had to make these kids just as adorable and beautiful as possible, even though, have you ever seen an ugly baby though? No, I know this is a sidetrack, but have you ever seen like just a like a really ugly baby? Like I know, I don't want to say too much. I know some people. Yeah, I know some people that every time I see their kids, I be like, ooh, y'all should not combine DNAs no more. Because them kids is like, yeah. I'm going to keep it a buck. I got some cousins. See what I'm saying? Some distant cousins, like fourth, fifth cousins down the line. Every time I see their kids, I be looking at their kids like, ooh, I hope y'all got a brilliant personality. I hope y'all got a brilliant personality, man, because y'all, it's crazy. I'm sorry, that's my moment. I'll repent for that later. Don't worry about it. Ray, good. Appreciate you joining in on this good real shit with R&T. Just the T though. The R is not available. That's how it is, fam. So I see that nobody's really talking. Nobody wants to join in on this topic. Stop, Stephanie. Stop with the O face, fam. Stop with the O face. So Lady B says, shake my head. This is where family starts to fall apart. You don't get jumped. You know what? This is the thing, and I'll tell you because people in my family know. First of all, don't come for me. See what I'm saying? Because you don't want this thunder. You don't want this. Don't let this gut fool you. I tell people that all the time. Just because I'm a teddy bear don't mean I'm not a bear. You can catch it. You can catch it. No. Oh, you didn't send me the request again, Tia. I didn't see the request. It didn't pop up on my screen. I don't think it did. Anyway, if you send it again, I'll add you. Oh, you know what? I think somebody. You know what? It did. Let's see, Tia. We about to do it. Couldn't I guess the person was unable to join because of technical issues? And that's the same thing that said was maybe it's me. Maybe my phone don't like y'all. Maybe my phone just want me to talk. Maybe my phone is giving me time to shine. That's what it is. My phone is like, you don't need them, bro. We don't need them. You got this. You holding it down. No, but my family knows that I'm a comedian. I'm just joking. I tell people all the time though, it's a bit of truth in every joke. No problem. Tanisha Wade Robinson, I've known Tanisha since I was like 19. Me and T go way back like babies of pacifier. She was like one of my first friends when I went up to the Juke up at KCCCC. We was really cool. She said I commend parents from what I see. That's one of the hardest jobs in the world. Tanisha, it's the absolute hardest. And I commend single parents by themselves that's out here doing it by themselves, doing it the best way that they can. No, actually, my phone is not broke. It's just the fact that I didn't see that you had sent the request. So I'm saying Stephanie's on punishment. I don't know what's going on with her stuff. It's one of the hardest jobs ever, man. Real talk. And once again, that's another thing that God didn't tell you in the beginning. Because if you knew how hard being a parent was, ain't nobody signing up for that foolishness. Because I say it all the time. You can't get an adult to do what you tell them to do, let alone a 2-year-old. My girl Kelly Kern, dopeness. What's good, dopeness? I hope you're feeling better. I hope you've healed up from your situation today. Hallelujah. I'm not gonna tell people your business because I don't want that. I don't want that on your life. But I hope you feel better. Hope that is everything is all situated now. Dopeness is in Baltimore, even though she's from the NYC. She's one of my good friends. She's one of my really, really good friends. I've met some really cool people on Facebook. See what I'm saying? That I would have never come in contact with before. So I really do like Facebook. It's worked out wonders for me. I don't know about y'all. Anyway, yeah, it's one of the hardest jobs, man, because trying to be a good example, trying to get them to do right, it's a never-ending job. So I'm saying, especially when that kid just has it in their mind that they're gonna do what they want to do, regardless of what you say and how you feel about it. Man, sometimes you want to look at a kid and done acted a plumb fool. They done just 2 seconds ago they was in Walmart showing their entire tire ass, and then they in the car just all happy to be trying to ask you questions. Nigga, don't ask me no questions. I don't even like you right now. See what I'm saying? And you talking about daddy. I don't even know who your daddy is right now. I think it. I don't say it, but I think it. I never said it, but I was thinking it. I don't even know who your daddy is. As soon as I get this DNA test, though, we're going to find out if it's me. I don't need Maury. I'll find out on my own. Deanna. Anyway, well, it's 9 o'clock. Y'all done heard me run my mouth all night. Let's see, somebody want to jump in. Who want to jump in? Let's see if T is going to be added this time. See if it was me or not. It said it's adding. It said it's adding. It said it's adding. Will she come on? Will she? Will she? Will she not? Dun 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 dun. Aww. It's my friend Tia. Hi, Tia.
Oh, how sweet.
Hi, Tia. Hi, Tia.
Hi.
Well, you've heard the topics. The topic
Yeah.
of the evening. What's your mind thought behind it? You're
Well,
in the parent game. You've been having kids since the 90s. Go ahead.
I know I was pregnant from 1993 to 99.
See, that's just
For real, serious.
that's ridiculous.
I ain't lying.
Your one was screaming for vengeance. Your one was like, "What are we doing? Every
Right.
month we get a new baby? You can't keep a tenant. You couldn't keep a tenant." Kiana,
Anyway,
hold on, Tia. I want to appreciate Kiana for joining in even for a hot second. Thank you for tapping into the podcast. Go ahead, Tia. Do your thing.
so anyway, I grew up in a blended family. I didn't know at all until a year after my father had died that my mom's the older kids were not my full-blooded brother and sister. We grew up in a house where everybody shared responsibility. There was normal sibling rivalry, what have you, but that's normal with any house, whether
Right.
you're stepsister and brother, whatever. I didn't know that my father had children way older than us
What's way older?
until,
What's way older?
yeah, the age range had my brother lived, because he just died about 5, 6 years ago, would have been 74, and I'm 46. Yeah,
Hold on, hold
yeah.
on.
What?
So your daddy,
Yeah.
was this your blood daddy? Your real daddy?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
your daddy would have had a kid that was 74 to 46?
That was the age range.
Wow.
If everybody had lived, that was the age range. Yeah. My oldest brother is 3 years younger than my mom.
So hold
I
on.
have to tell you, we'll have to hold another conversation.
Your brother is 3 years younger than your mom?
Yeah. My oldest brother, my dad's oldest kid.
Wow. So your stepmom could have literally dated your daddy and your brother.
Right.
That's nasty.
Right.
That's nasty.
You so mad.
That's nasty.
You are
That's
mad. Yeah,
that's
Daddy was born in 30.
daddy was
Daddy
out
was
there
born in
rolling.
31.
Daddy was out there
Yeah, he was
slinging
a
that
rolling
thing.
stone.
See what I'm saying? That nigga been slinging that thing since the 50s. See what I'm saying? That nigga, he was out there slinging in the 40s. See what I'm saying? When it was
Right,
dangerous to
right.
be niggas. See what I'm saying?
He was 16. He was
Daddy
16 when my
was
brother Larry was born.
in wherever it fit.
You mad.
He was leaving his mark. But okay, sorry, go ahead. 70.
So anyway,
Yeah, go anyway.
I didn't know. I always wondered why our last names was different, but as a kid, I didn't understand that. So, we just grew up as brother and sister,
Right.
and if one got in trouble, we all got in trouble. Mama was real key about using that switch, the belt, the hanger, the extension cord,
Man.
the phone.
Damn, she hit y'all with the Alex Grand Bell? She was hitting y'all with the 18 ticket long distance? She was hitting y'all with that calling card. Now go do the dishes.
Wait. I have scars to prove it still to this day.
I like your moms though.
Right, yeah.
Your moms, she a gangster.
She was the original OG.
Man, but that's how a lot of people back then. Whatever was within range, whatever was. Man, I have gotten with a Kool-Aid pitcher. You know why I don't like Kool-Aid right now? I can't stand when I see that red dude come on with the happy face. Nigga, because I wasn't happy that time you hit me. But that's a different. We ain't gonna talk about my abuse. We ain't gonna even talk about that. I'm still.
No.
Don't worry about
let it
go. Go ahead.
You 46 now. Let it go.
That part. Whatever.
Right. But it was normal for us. And now my dad's kids, some of my dad's kids are upset and mad because my father was in the home and they're mad at me. And I'm sorry, my daddy was there for me. I don't know why he wasn't there for you all. But, I tell him, hey, if y'all that mad and you want to find out why, go out there and dig him up. He's over in Highland Park. Ask him.
Okay, that's a little bit morbid. You're nasty.
Right.
You're nasty.
But it's stupid that they're still being mad.
Stop telling
It's stupid that they're mad at me.
That part I get it. Because
they need to grow up.
But that's the thing though. They can't be mad at him anymore. Or they can, but they can't get any answers. So they can only take it out on the person that's right in front of them. So I understand how that can be, but
and it's okay.
And exactly, because that's just a cross that you just have to bear. But you know where the real anger is at. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not mad that your father loved you. They just mad that they didn't get any of that same kind of reciprocation to them. So that's what it is.
Right.
But I understand. I appreciate you coming on here because you're 2 minutes up. So I appreciate you coming on.
Right.
It's been real. Feel free to exit. Get off my show. Thanks.
Shut up.
Appreciate it.
Tell Stephanie she gotta hurry up and come back.
Don't feed her head like that, fam. Don't feed her head. Y'all know I was holding it down. Y'all know I was holding it down tonight. See what I'm saying? But I want to thank Tia for showing up. I want to thank everybody who stuck with me throughout the whole show. I really do appreciate y'all, listening to me run my mouth for a good hour and 10 minutes. It's been real. I knew I could hold it down. Don't get me wrong. The show does work better with my co-host. Don't think I'm not aware of that. It does, but understand your mans can hold it down. You know what I'm saying? If I got to jump on here and get live myself, you know what I'm saying? Your boy's got, once again, you got to get the gas. So, with that being said, let me just give y'all a quick update. I would, as Stephanie would say, at this time, if you guys could please share Share while you're watching it live because it'll just help our numbers. But we really would appreciate it. That was my Stephanie impression. Pretty good. Not as, whatever. It would work better if I had on the blondness, but whatever. It is what it is. But real talk, please do share because we are trying to get our numbers up so that we can, do even bigger and better things in the future. Once again, I do appreciate everybody who joined in with me, Deanna. I love you. You're my day one. See what I'm saying? Like I said today, I held you. You was the first person. I was the first person to ever hold you, and I will always hold you down. It is what it is. Tanisha, appreciate you joining in. You my girl from another world. It all is, but I don't mean that in a way because I don't need your husband come and find me, track me down. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of Cape Girardeau juju on. I don't need that in my life right now. Who else do we have on here? We have Renee, Miss Virgie. Miss Virgie, I don't know if I said hi to you when you came on. I think I did, but I was running my mouth, so I could not mind not have said it. But Miss Virgie is a family friend. She is fully aware of some of the situations that I was just talking about because she was there firsthand. She's really good people. Really good people. She has her moments. She definitely has her moments. So with that, I'm going to bid you guys a fond adieu. Once again, it is now Tap In Thursday. So where you get to come in and join in on conversations. If there's a topic you want to join in on, feel free to hit us with a like. Feel free to hit us with a request to come on screen for a minute. We'll be more than happy to get you in and get you out. But understand you get, like my man used to say back in the day, we'll be back in 2 and 2. You got 2 and 2. T. Jackson, my Florida East Coast shouty. What's up, T? Appreciate you joining in. You out to Mr. Search. You're gonna have to rewind the whole thing to hear what we was talking about. We talked about blended family. So if you want to blend the family later, we can talk about it later. Whatever. But I really do appreciate y'all joining in. I really do. I appreciate y'all supporting me and Stephanie because without y'all, there is no show. We're just two black people up here running our mouths, so y'all make it very, very worth doing, even on a night where we experience great technical difficulties. I did start school this week. I'll give y'all a little update. Your boy's a chemist. I'm out here mixing solutions and doing milligrams to centigrams to millimeters to gram. Your boy's out here doing big things, big things. You know what I'm saying? Big things. But I did have to sit at the front of the class for the first time in my life because I couldn't see the goddamn board from the back. You know how we used to back in the day, go sit in the back so we can, blah, blah, blah. No, not anymore. No. I got to sit at the front of the class because if I don't, your boy can't see nothing. These 40-year-old eyes was kicking my butt on Monday. But on Wednesday, your boy was in there since they're making an A already. It is what it is. So I appreciate y'all support in that as well. That's the main reason why we had to move the show to Thursdays from Wednesdays. So keep tuning in, keep supporting. We're going to love y'all as you love us. Appreciate it. Have a good night.